Well, here we're standing. I had to leave my home for trying out van life, at least for a week, maybe a little bit over a week. So I get to test the new setup in the van, as I had to leave my home due to renting on Airbnb. So I had no choice, and I had to use all my free time to finish this project, otherwise I wouldn't have a place to live. And I'm working 4 weeks on and 4 weeks off on a boat around the clock from early morning until late evening, and this is really exhausting. So you can imagine, and when you're working all around the clock, continuing with the van, and in the end you only have about 10-12 days left to rest before you go to another 5 weeks actually at work. And it's really nice, beautiful day now. It's a little bit variation in the weather conditions. Especially in the Arctic North, and since September, I mentioned it so many times, it has been really challenging living up here if you consider the weather. We are standing here at one of my favorite spots in the nearby area, surrounding area, and as you see, it's completely empty. It's due to the season. We are now in the off season, so the season, especially in Lofoten, hasn't started yet. It's starting mostly in around end of April, May maybe, that the first tourists are coming. But the main season is basically in June and July and August. And then Lofoten will be completely cloudy and not bearable to drive around or to be. And here's a small little nice cabin. And we are actually a bit lucky today. It should be really stormy, so it's a bit variations. And it seems to be maybe the storm is on other places, as we left yesterday West Lofoten to get to a more calmer place, to have it more quiet. Well, what may I serve you today here in the Arctic Circle on the Lofoten Island? It's a lot of stuff to choose. But unfortunately we have to close suddenly due to bad weather, so yeah, maybe there's a next bar down the road. Here we have a moose again. It just passed in front of our car. Actually have been two moose. I didn't see the other one. I was just too focused on one. And yeah, cars passing by and they getting afraid and jumping over the road. Now we're back in Vesterålen and here's no wind. It's such a nice, beautiful weather here. Boat is departing from Lofoten and Vesterålen. It's in many cases the weather conditions. So this is what I'm always saying all the years to everyone, but maybe people won't believe it. So we had the refill, as you see in the footage, and it's pretty expensive. We drove 440 kilometers for around 1,100 kroners. So this van is pretty thirsty. But I can also say that the diesel heater, which I'm having in the back to heat the living compartment, is also using some fuel. In the dash, it was about 12 liter for 100 kilometers. And when I calculated the fuel consumption totally with the kilometers I drove, I have been at 13.5. So you can say the diesel heater was using for 2-3 days 1.5 liter per 100 kilometer. Just need to give you an update. It's so easy not to film as it's so flat and rainy and grey. It's really difficult to come up with some ideas. And tomorrow there will be a full storm. So it's trying to explore new grounds, maybe to find the abandoned private house. But it's also not so easy. It seems to be abandoned, but actually people can live there. So that's now the plan, to find a sneaky spot for the night with a good view. Oh my god, some sketchy parts. Really sketchy here, the part, but I think this is okay. Here we're going, van life, things are falling apart. Hasn't gone so much time, but as you see, I don't have so thick wood, and probably I have just to glue it. Yeah, I will not do it today, but maybe tomorrow. And I also find the low-key spot, I hope. I'm not getting chased away. It seems to be it's not in use, but it's at someone's private land. I hope it will be okay just for one night until tomorrow. But it's straight in the nature, a bit away from the road, and this is what I like to have. And maybe can do some wildlife as well. We will see. You never expect where you end up with a van, especially if you don't make any plans. And here inside the Arctic Polar Circle, it's always decided by the weather conditions. If you're unlucky and you're not following up this, you can end up in some pretty bad situations. Especially if you get the wind from the side. And tomorrow it's going to be really bad, about 35, maybe 40 meters per second. And it's not quite good. So it's better to find a nice spot, and we will see what will happen tomorrow. Now we are in the neighboring commune. It's 1 hour from Scotland. It's Stop in Vesterålen. Maybe you heard about it, maybe not, but it's quite getting more popular over the years. I will see how the spot will be. It's now quiet here and stopped raining as well. But it's not good to skip breakfast, and now it's a big meal just to enjoy it, and then we will see if we can catch some nice footage. I can tell it's not easy to live in a van, especially if you don't have a sink. Trying out van life roughly about 1 or 2 years ago when I hit the road on Senja, to Senja. I think my house also have been rented out. And now once more again with a bigger van, with a much more better setup and way more convenient. Enough space to be inside, could stand, have a proper shower, bathroom, toilet, so it's way different. It's also a bit to struggle with to find out what you should make to eat, as most of the things you need to have it in the fridge, and as you know, in a van you have always a really tiny fridge, and getting organized stuff, oh, it's so hard. Especially for me as a beginner. I could not tell that I have so much van life experience, but I had trips, shorter trips here and then through the last 3 and 4 years. I also started first time trying stuff with a car, and I have been staying in the RAV4, Toyota RAV4, which you can see on one of the first videos about 4 years ago. I went to Lofoten to go surfing, have some fun exploring, doing hiking, to share it with you. They're quite old, the videos, and it's a very different level of filming. As you know, I always used GoPro and my phone. Finally, I have a really good video camera, which I'm using right now in this moment, a Sony ZV-E1. And I'm really stoked about it. It's a full frame camera. Filming inside the van, I definitely needed a wide angle lens. I have only a 24 to 70 millimeters. It makes it a bit more difficult. But in the end, it's working out anyway. I just need to think a bit differently. How to frame it, how to place it, even in a tiny space. It's possible, but it's a bit more difficult. And if you have any ideas or experience by yourself from van life, and you know some good recipes, I would like to hear from you. Please comment down below if you have any ideas. I have only 2 stove plates with gas and one about 60 liters fridge. I took out the freezer compartment to make more space for other food. As always, you have most of the time big packages you buy in the grocery store. It's not easy. One good solution is to unpack everything into different containers, and then you save a lot of space. Especially when most of the things having a lot of air inside the packages, and this is filling up the volume pretty fast. Here we go, it's in the middle of the night, 4 AM, and the whole van is shaking, making noises. There's some banging sounds, and yeah, I just decided to move on to find a more quiet place. I'm not sure where or when, but we will figure it out somehow together, so stay tuned to follow up. What's happening? The storm has arrived and it will just getting more worse during the day. Still not figure out what to do, where to drive, but probably it will be back to Scotland somewhere, trying to find a place more protected, as to be outside on the island here and be completely exposed. You can probably relate to this issue here. This never happened at home, but in the car it happens. See just behind me again, near the main road in the Outtro zone. The mooses are next to the road. It's only 15 meters. So if you drive in Norway, drive safe. Having a sink, it makes it really difficult to manage stuff here clean and organize. As you see, it's not easy. So now in social media you can make it looking really nice, the camp spot. But here I can show you some truthful facts. If you just turn around. So this is basically just a hole, a pit, with some gravel and old buildings and some industrial regarding to the Andøya spaceport, who is a rocket launch company, and they have a new agreement with Germany, and actually they destroyed the nicest spot on the entire island. But it's not so much we can do about it, it's just politicians and the commune. It's really sad. I don't know if you would like to see more of this, how it is to make food in a van with simplicity, or is it just boring if I have it in the video? Just let me know down below if you would like to see more of this or not. I'm really curious about to find out. Nothing is beating a really good and nice cappuccino with this environment. The good thing here is that you can smell the nature. Or seaweed is sometimes smelling like poo, how you would name it in British English. But this is how it is. And we have a fresh air from the ocean, it's really nice. Oh, and the sound, just listen to the sound. I have been wondering what's above the hilltop. I have been really curious about if I should stay there with my car this night. But I didn't check it out. Let's see what is up there. A short walk run. It's pretty cold here. Really, it's freezing cold with wind especially. But yeah, we know where we live. You can basically drive here back to the road. Now this would be a nice spot up here, but it's pretty wind exposed. As you see over there is the van. It's kind of a little bit protected. Just want to give you the full transparency on the road, but sometimes it's really hard to set up a camera, especially when I don't have a wide angle lens, and inside a small space here, like in my van, it can be a bit challenging. But as you know, I don't have a sink and it's driving me nuts all the time that I have to clean and wipe out everything here. But water has to go somewhere, and even that I have this little nice bowl, it's not working quite as I hoped it would work. So everything you do in a van, it takes way longer time. If you make the dishes, if you make food, it's everything a bit more hassle. But this is how it is. But it's also easier to clean a van. Maybe you have to do it more frequently, but it's a tiny space. There's not much to clean then. Now we're heading from the west to the east on Andøya. It's kind of a middle in the island. This is undiscovered territory and I never gave it a thought to drive. So here we are. and I hope you enjoy these views and you like it. And I nearly forgot my share. Everyone loves the Rudolph, right? The reindeer. And here we have plenty of them. Not to see them often, but sometimes you encounter them if you're driving along the road here. And yeah, they are always moving. It's normal, they're searching for food. And it's still winter, but we are heading now slowly to a short autumn season, and then we are reaching out for the summer. We are now currently 7 days living full-time in a van, and it has gone pretty much good, despite the weather conditions, but you never can change that. And yeah, it's a great experience, especially with a spacious and big van like this, and my Sprinter van build. We are still in the winter. It has snowed again after storm. It's usually happening like this. It's coming so fast with a lot of water and rain. It's like hell is raining up on us. And then it's turning around and bringing some snow again. So the entire landscape is covered in a white coat once more. But it will be interesting to see how the next weeks will evolve up here. Usually in April it's the end of the winter season and it's getting warmer and the snow is slowly disappearing. But we had anyway really difficult weather conditions all months. And I hope you enjoyed the footage as far as now and you can get some nice impressions how it is. It's normally not usual to live full time in a van near your home or near your house or home. Anyway, it's a good way for me to check it out, use some time with friends, like the meetup yesterday, overlooking the fjord towards Auckland and Sigafjord.
Darling, won't you stay? Won't you stay? Our love will never change, stays the same. It all feels brand new, but we know the truth. The choices that we make, it makes me and you. And here we go again. Here we go again. We can have it all, but what is it all?
Waiting for the local grocery store to open. It's 7 a.m. in the morning.
Make us fall. We're living on a dream, or living free.
Yes, as you see, I'm back at home again. I just have to do some damage assessment and I would like to share it with you. It's just how it is in the Arctic North, with a lot of weather conditions, and it happens sometimes. So here we have extensive water damage. I still have no idea where it come from, if it was on top or underneath somewhere. But it doesn't looks like it. So see, it came probably from there and here. Really not happy about this, but this is how it is. This is the truth, the reality here, living so far north. I just need to buy a new one and fix it again. It's nothing more to do, even though I would like to relax the entire day or just get things done. Here we are again, back at home. It has been like 7 or 8 days with the van. I could try the van life, and it has been really bad weather, I have to say. And this is a bit challenging, yes, but it's also quite good, or way different. It's really good. With the spacious van, with the Mercedes Sprinter, I cannot imagine how it would be with the L300 Mitsubishi I had. It's in the size of an Hiace. If you would like to do a comparison. And it has gone pretty well, the living, full-time living for just a week, but I can also accumulate it up to the rest of the year. Yes, I choose the worst timing ever to be in a van regarding here to the Arctic North and the weather conditions. I'm also wondering, many times I see people who are quitting van life, doing videos about it on YouTube, and they're also saying it's not good to be in a van. And when I click on those videos, I'm really curious why. And most of them, when it's coming down to point it out, they said it's hard to find a shower, it's hard to have a toilet, it's hard to clean your stuff. Okay, I can see that, but when I really wonder why are we not having a shower inside the van and a toilet? Well, if you decide to live full time, you need to do your things. So it's really important to have this in place. And they could have done it, so I don't know. It's not the reason why they would promote it so badly on YouTube. And they're also saying that the water is not enough. Here's some facts about my week of van life. I have a 100-liter water tank, and it has been enough water. I just refilled it one time because I would like to change the water after every 2 to 3 days. just to be sure that I have circulation in the system and it's not standing too long. But in the end, you can have water quite a long time in a container without it's getting bad. It's only if you start to have some bacteria inside. If you have a clean tank, it shouldn't be a problem either for a long period. So I used in the first days about only 40% of my water consumption from 100%. So it's 40 liters I used in a couple of days. And in the end, I had maybe 20 liters left from 100. So it's also not the issue with water. But most people, they choose to have a tiny water tank. Yeah, and then you making yourself a difficult time. Hope you enjoyed those videos. And if I should do something differently, or if I missed any parts, I would like to hear from you. And I also would like to hear from your van life experience. If you're watching and you're living full-time in the van, I would love to hear from you. My goal has been to publish a video every week, but it's really hard for me to do it, especially that I have a full-time job and I cannot always take everything with me, and I'm working long days on a boat. So it's really limited what I can do after work. It's not many hours left anyway. And also, it's not quite safe to have everything with me all the time, equipment. It can be stolen, maybe not. So I don't want to risk that, especially that everything is so expensive. I have a lot of content. I produced a lot of videos over these years. So I really encourage you to check them out and comment maybe. Just let me know what you think, if it's good or not. I need some feedback. If I would like to level up my game on YouTube, I really need some feedback. If I do something wrong, if I should do something better, it's really, really important for me, and I appreciate your time. And this is also a factum. I appreciate your time, and I want to make the most out of your time when I'm producing my videos, so that I'm not wasting your time. So it's really, really interesting. For now, I have to wrap things up. I have to leave now nearly 5 weeks. It's a bit sad, but I hope the weather, when I'm returning, that it's finally summer. You never know in the Arctic, but I really hope that the weather is changing and it's getting really warm. So stay tuned, check out the other videos. See you.